Patriot fam. It's Allie and Michelle.
We're thankful that you guys joined us for Open Mic this morning. Thank you for following us on social media at Real Allie Leger, at Michelle Posey, and at Open Mic Ladies on all platforms. Thank you to our Spotify listeners. That audience is growing and growing vastly, and we're just so grateful. Allie, we keep praying, but right before we go on air about, Lord, enlarge our tents. And then we're like, hey, it's so scary. There's so much going on.
Guys, no, seriously, I know that we talk about this a lot, but walking out in faith is very scary. You don't always know where you're walking to when you say yes. And like Charlie Kirk used to say, is all it takes is for you to say yes, and God will prepare you. But that's difficult because it feels like, honestly, for me, it felt like walking to the edge of a cliff, blindfold backwards, being told to jump. And you're like, but how?
Slightly pushed.
Yeah, you can hear the waves of the water, and you're just like, I don't know if I want to do that.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to go.
But when you do, you realize that you are safe and you are protected, and no matter what comes your way, God is with you. So we just encourage all of you to do that today. If you feel a calling to say yes, to walk out, to step out in faith and do something that you haven't done before, or something's been pulling at you to do, I think you should do. And that leads me to giving congratulations to my favorite person on the planet, aside from my babies. My sister, Michelle Posey, filed to run for... Tell them what you ran for, what you're running for.
Sarasota County School District, School Board, District 5. So we don't just give the calls to actions to get involved. We are walking it out, Allie and I, actively. So it's a very heated and contested district, our entire county, because we do have, Sarasota's become the prime battleground here in the state of Florida. For the left, they really are trying to indoctrinate and push a lot of things into our school systems. They say that it's out. We're now getting behind, when you like kind of spray for bugs, and then you're like, okay, we're done. And then you start seeing them turn up, grasping for breath, and then they're half dying. That's kind of what the left has done in our school district. And we're still uncovering things that have happened. So it's gonna be a fun battle. We're up for the battle.
Yes, guys,
today we're going to talk about, listen, if Chris Cuomo finally gets it, I think there are people, common sense is waking up across the country. We're going to talk a little bit about the cuts that have come up because of the Democrat Schumer run shutdown. Hey, listen, you make me trim the budget, I don't have to add it back, right?
That part.
Plus, I'm not a huge Cowboys fan. I do love their cheerleaders, but the Cowboys are petitioning the NFL to get a different headliner for
what?
Halftime. I know. And they're America's team.
Football player team.
Football
team is stepping up. What is happening here?
I'm saying. Wow. And I think, I hope a lot of other teams will get their what's together and maybe
Go Cowboys!
No, we're not that excited about Cowboys ever.
No, definitely
Bears,
not.
yes. Not this season, though. They're kind of struggling. Guys, let's get ready. Let's open that mic. Here we go.
Red hat stays on. Taking back our freedom, back to where we started. We're wearing our red hat tonight. It takes more than just a feeling. Oh, better be believing, and America's gonna be home.
What do you do? They try to cancel you. MAGA Nation, we cancel proof. My red hat stays on. My red hat stays on. You know I love God, but in Trump I trust. November 5th, you gon' ride with us. Our red hat stays on. Our red hat stays on. It's the mayor MAGA, the RNC King. 2024, freedom gon' ring. This the red, white, and blue. I'm still fighting for each one of you. And keep your red hat on.
What do you do when they come for you? Freedom's what you gotta lose. Red hat stays on.
I mean, if you're not humming along just a little bit to that song, are you even caffeinated today? It's a great, although, Allie, we have something in the works. We've got our own original song that will be, not me, I'm not, Allie will be on it, but I'm not, but coming. We've got our own track coming, our own original piece of work. So
I'm so
I am too. I'm so excited. There's a lot in the works, man. A lot in the works.
There actually is. There's a lot happening. Guys, make sure you subscribe while you are watching. Subscribe, especially to our YouTube channel. We would love to get one of those plaques, right? that say we have all of the like a million watchers, right? Or a million
Yeah.
subscribers. We would love that. We would actually throw a party. And I think that we would invite like everybody to come to the party. So if you help us get this 1 million subscribers and we get a YouTube plaque, we will throw a party. So please make sure you subscribe, like, share, and tell all your friends about Open Mic 10 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's rip off the Band-Aid here. Let's go ahead and dive into what the White House, I love when the White House reshares something, and especially when it's Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, because she's basically come in we have to brand this for what it is, the government shutdown. It was the Democrats deciding that they wanted to fund health care for all illegals over anything that's for you and I as the American people. And so we're going to say it even louder. Caroline says it even louder for those in the back of the room. God bless you that still don't get it. Take a listen to Caroline.
The Democrats shut down the government because President Trump and the Republicans will not force American taxpayers to pay for free health care for illegal aliens. America is $37 trillion in debt. We cannot afford to provide taxpayer-funded free health care to illegals who broke the law to enter our country.
Wow.
So, yeah, and she keeps saying this because you have to. The left is constantly trying to brand this as, Trump wanting to shut the government down. Nobody wanted for this to happen. You have to understand they had no problem passing this type of funding before. This is just a continuing resolution. It's just saying we're not adding, we're not taking away. We're just going to pass the same thing. Honestly, if you want my honest opinion, what needs to happen is they need to pass a frickin' budget. But because that's not happened yet, we will have a little more grace and a little more patience. Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's the important part, is that this is just a continued resolution, the same thing that they voted for 3-4 months ago to continue to kick the can down the road, except the difference is this one has no pork in it. And for whatever reason, apparently illegals over American citizens, that's the reason why Democrats won't get on board. But I do go ahead, you can pivot, but I do want to have everybody listen to the White House switchboard.
What?
It's so funny.
Like the voicemail you get when you call the White House?
Yes.
All right, let's hear it.
Able to take your call. Once funding has been restored, our operations will resume.
Because I don't think y'all heard it.
Due to the lapse in federal funding, we are unable to take your call. Once funding has been restored.
I think
due to the lapse in federal funding?
Yes, they changed it because it was literally Catherine Leavitt. She was speaking, and that little clip that you just played was on their voicemail, saying that due to the Democrat shutdown. I think I sent it to you where she actually played it, and I thought,
I mean, they are faced with having to trim the budget. And here's the thing, guys, we have the receipts here because the Democrat Party is saying, and Chuck Schumer is saying, this is not the case. That's not what's going on at all. Take a look at the pages right out of the document. Again, they tried to add $1.5 trillion in mandatory health care for illegals. Here we have all of the other provisions. If you take a look at subtitle B, which I think there's a yellow outline there, section 71109. See what that says here? Alien Medicaid eligibility. We're not talking about visitors from Mars, y'all. We're talking about the people that are here illegally. And because Mars would be
even more pissed if it was like people from other entities from different worlds out of our own Earth.
From a galaxy far, far away.
Mars, right. You're coming from Mars and you're getting our tax dollars. No, absolutely not.
So take a look. I want Krista, if you could put up the full page where it says at the top, section 711.0.9. And again, that's highlighted because it goes into detail here. And I've reshared this on my personal, I'm sure Allie has too. Here's the entire section of Medicaid that's going to be dished out for illegals. If this, again, is not currently in our Medicaid with the last CR, this is something they want to add to the new CR to the tune of $1.5 trillion. Again, they're not looking to take care of veterans universally with a Medicaid type card. They're not looking to take care of our retirees, those who hit the age of 65 and maybe don't want to pay in. Yeah, homeless population. That's not what this is. This is only for those who have come here legally.
Man, I wish their nose would grow every time they would lie. Like, this is crazy.
I'm a real boy.
But it's like, I know, right? Like,
Pinocchio.
oh, we're not trying to fund illegals. We're not trying to fund illegals. What do you mean? We just want healthcare for all Americans. Okay, which ones? The citizens or the ones that are here, not the ones that are a non-citizen? And then you ask that question, you watch their heads explode. It's crazy. I was going somewhere else with that, but whatever. Y'all get it.
I get it. Allie, we get it. We get it. And then, Democrat Chris Cuomo gets it. I mean,
I love when we have receipts. That's what I wanted to say. I love that we always bring receipts.
Well, and so as unhinged and off the cuff as we are as open mic ladies, we openly embrace that. But it's not for no reason. I get tired of people openly and blatantly lying to the American people in the news media that just is restoring propaganda on our soil. And it's frustrating. And that's why we have to bring these receipts, because I want the viewing public to see for themselves. Yeah, we may be a little outspoken, but there's a reason for it. And this should bring a righteous anger to the American people, too, to say, stop this. This is literally the Democrat Party holding on, as really the Democrat Party as we know it is dying off. Plus, there is a power struggle going on. Chucky Schumer, is being pulled by the extreme left and AOC. There is a power struggle going on within the Democrat Party.
Crazy, though, because she's a House rep. You're not a senator, AOC. They don't need to come to you to negotiate.
That's exactly what she said.
What are you doing?
She said, you know what, my door's open. Yeah, and then did you see where they got in front of Pelosi and said, what do you think about AOC? I love that there's these new ballsy independent journalists that are saying the things we wish people would say on a hot mic, on an open mic. And they don't know, the left doesn't know how to respond, because she was like, you're just stirring up dissension. No, AOC said, I just come to my office where I'm not shut down. Bypassing Chuck Schumer, like I'm telling you, there's a riff going on there. But take a listen. It's a little lengthy, Allie. It's a couple minutes long, but it's good stuff. This is Chris Cuomo having his aha moment. Take a listen.
Yes.
What you are about to hear from the Democrats is not true.
The Republican partisan spending bill that they introduced is not clean. Well, first of all, let's be clear. It's not a clean bill. It's a dirty bill. Well, that's all a lie. It's not a clean continuing resolution.
Listen, I like Hakeem Jeffries. I think he's got an amazing future. He's got better fights than this. This is a clean CR. What does that mean, by the way? Continuing resolution. Instead of passing a real budget like they should, this just says, hey, remember the last one? Let's just continue at those levels again. All right? Now, that may mean that certain people who should get less won't, certain people who need more won't, but a clean CR means that this is an extension from the last set of, in this case, Biden's spending levels. Okay? That's what a clean CR is. This is a clean CR. Wait a minute. Cuomo disagrees with Jeffries. Jeffries must be right. Don't take my word. Take the word from the nonpartisan committee for a responsible federal budget. They say this is about as clean a CR as you could get. Okay? Again, it's a continuation of a March stopgap measure. All right? Yep. Essentially a continuation of spending levels from Biden, absent about $13 billion. Yep. But when you look at it as a function of the pie, it's literally a rounding error. I don't like that. It's a lot of money, but it's a rounding error. Again, don't take my word for it. How about taking this guy's word?
Allowing Donald Trump to take even much more power via a government shutdown is a far worse option. I believe it is my job to make the best choice for the country, to minimize the harms to the American people. Therefore, I will vote to keep the government open and not shut it down.
And that CR he voted for is the same as this one. So what changed? AOC eyeing his Senate seat.
AOC eyeing his Senate seat. That's what changed. So there you have Chuck Schumer voting for the exact same CR back in March. So it looks like Cuomo might be trying to bring some receipts too. And listen, we should be doing this. We should be calling out both parties, both sides of the aisle. Everybody that's elected should be held to the same standard. I think that's kind of funny, Allie.
I agree. I think it's hilarious.
So, do you have it again?
White House comment line. Hello, America. This is White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. Democrats in Congress have shut down the federal government because they care more about funding health care for illegal immigrants than they care about serving you, the American people. Until Democrats vote for the clean, Republican-backed continuing resolution to reopen the government, the White House is unable to answer your call or respond to your questions. We look forward to hearing from you again very soon. And in the meantime, please know President Trump will never stop fighting for you. Thank you, and God bless you.
That is a great voicemail message.
It's the White House comment line, not the switchboard. I called the switchboard first. The White House comment line is 202-456-1111 if you want to hear the message yourself.
Can you leave a comment? Are you allowed to leave a comment?
No, you can't leave a comment because they're not working. So
they're not even, oh wow.
I mean, they're working, but they're not answering the phones. Like they don't have somebody.
Well, weren't you the one that showed us yesterday in the White House press briefing room where they had the podiums and just flat screens TV playing over and over and over all of the Democrats saying how we can't shut the government down. We can't shut the government down.
Yep. And then they even played the meme, the one where it's Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, and Hakeem Jeffries is wearing a sombrero. I love it.
These are fun times we're living in.
We live in like the scariest times, but like it's hilarious. I hope that we are all journaling what is happening because I think our children, because they're not getting proper news, because they're not getting proper education, it is our responsibility as those that are living in this time to leave firsthand accounts of what's happening behind, whether that's in your spiritual walk or whether that's what you're seeing happen in the news and happen in the world and happening in your communities. Yeah. I encourage you to journal and write it all down so that you can leave something behind for your kids. Leave that legacy.
Oh, that's so true.
Leave them true.
That's so true. Allie, just a little sidebar. I met last night. We have a Turning Point USA headquarters now here in Sarasota that I'm the director of. And so we had these young people who were sworn in as president, vice president, secretary, treasurer. And these are just young people that, I mean, think about what it takes to be in the age of like 13 to 17 and to say, you know what, I want to be involved in an organization now that helps teach people my age about the true Constitution, about American exceptionalism, about patriotism. I was blown away with the hunger that these young people had. And yes, parents were in the room. But I'm telling you, this was not parent-led. What they have done to Charlie Kirk, the political assassination of Charlie Kirk, literally these young people, Allie, because I would ask them, what's your why? Why are you here? Why did you want to do this? And it drew emotion from them. They feel like this was their JFK moment. They felt Charlie Kirk was going to be president someday, that they really snuffed out somebody young who was really looking for answers. He wanted dialogue and answers. And I was blown away. You think what we're doing is amazing here? Wait till you see this next generation and the call that God has on their life. It's amazing.
Guys, listen, history doesn't rhyme. History doesn't repeat, it rhymes. Right. Oh, yeah. So like when you see when Michelle is talking about these young folks looking at Charlie Kirk as their JFK moment, that's literally what it is to them.
Yes.
That's what it is to them. When you look at the difference between Roger Stone and James O'Keefe, it's the same. It's just generational. Do you understand what I mean by that? I hope 100%. Y'all are tracking what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So let's just make sure we're recording what's happening and encouraging and building.
And don't rely on somebody else to report it properly. Like make sure that you're actually recording it. Let's circle. Oh God, I almost said circle back. Who was that used to say that from the platform as a Democrat? I ain't no circle back girl. Okay, let's try that again. Let's go back. Shut up, Ellie. Let's go back to this clean CR and the spending cuts and what this means. So what's one of the first things that Trump took his red pen to and just X'd out? Take a look at this. The Trump administration has just canceled $8 billion with a B in green new scam funding per Russ Voigt, the director of the Office of Business Management. OMB, I don't even know what that stands for, but take full advantage of the Schumer shutdown. This is going to affect these states. Do you live in one of these states? Don't come to Florida if you live in one of these states. Stay in your state and fight. I'm sorry, we're full. California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois. Listen, Fritzer, we've got issues. Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota. Is that Tampon Tim? Is that state? Yes. New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York. Got to win that mayoral race for New York City, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington.
All right, listen, can you and I go to like the entrance of Florida, like North Florida, and just hold a sign that says we're full?
Oh, we're full. Then the other one will say, go back and fight. Go back and fight.
Yes.
I think we can do that.
I think we could do that.
As many times as we travel by car through that border, you don't think we can
I think we could totally do that. Do you guys want to see
road
us do
trip?
that? Comment below, let us know.
Road trip.
We wanna see
I want to do that. Okay.
Oh, I'm nervous
Listen,
about
I'm
those
writing it
comments.
down. We're going to have that discussion. That would be fun. We'll broadcast live from there. Listen, we'll make everything about the show. So a Green New scam is being cut. There's a lot of other things that are tentatively in the works to be cut. But here's the thing that I want to make sure we talk about. During a government shutdown, if the CEO of the United States, the president, the commander in chief, if he decides to cut something, just as Schumer alluded to in March with the last CR, it does give President Donald Trump the ability, Allie, and the flexibility to decide what's going to be cut and what is not coming back.
Yep. I think
So,
President Trump even gave permission that to Ross Voigt, like
yeah.
Ross the Reaper, that
Listen, and if
that he needs to be, he can cut take full advantage of this shutdown and cut what needs to be cut. This is the Doge of all Doge. They just stepped in it, and they don't realize what they've done.
Exactly. And I wonder sometimes if, the 4D chess that Trump and his administration usually play makes me wonder if this isn't why we haven't seen the Doge. I mean, no excuses. The Doge Act still needs to be codified so we don't run into this again in the future. But listen to Senator Cruz, who I'm told has now requested that they withhold his pay during the government shutdown. I mean, hey, maybe he heard the show, Allie, the other day when you told more people to do it. But
there's only one, and Kat Kamik was the first one to be like, I put forward a resolution.
Absolutely.
So we love our Florida representatives. We really do. They're amazing.
We love them. They're amazing. They definitely lead the way. Take a listen to what Senator Cruz from Texas had to say.
Chuck Schumer and the Democrats force a shutdown, which they now have, that President Trump is going to use that as an opportunity not to tell people you're furloughed for a few days, but instead to send pink slips and to get rid of left-wing bureaucrats who are imposing left-wing priorities that are contrary to President Trump's priorities. I think that is fantastic. And what it's going to do is it's going to cause Democrats in Congress to scream and weep and gnash their teeth. I cannot wait for the next Democrat lunch when they start screaming at each other, when they start seeing pink slips go out at the EPA, at the Department of Labor, at the IRS, and suddenly the bureaucrats that they are entrusting to advance their job-killing agenda are themselves without a job. That's what's going to end this shutdown, as the Democrats are realizing that President Trump is making major advances for economic liberty as a result of the Democrats' temper tantrum.
I mean, he's got a point. We're bloated. we have so much pork in our spending, and Doge was one of the first ways to kind of unveil that. We're doing it in our states and even in some of our districts and counties. But this is what I almost don't want to ask.
Look, I'm on X, and because I'm trying to monitor the chat and see if there's breaking news, and I come across Eric Daugherty, his post, and he's like, wow, Fox News just absolutely stunned Senator Janine Shaheen. Sorry, she's a Democrat. She says, I haven't heard anyone in my party wanting to give illegals taxpayer-funded health care. And Fox goes, I'm glad you said that. I have some tape. And he rolls a clip.
Receipts live on air?
Yes. And it says, by show of hands, provide coverage for illegal aliens, and every single Democrat presidential candidate raised their hand. This was from June 26, 2019. Tell me that there is not a shift in accountability across this nation to include
in transparency. Yeah,
exactly. And I love that they are doing this when you have representatives that are coming onto these news stations and they think they're going to get away with it. They think they're going to get away with just talking their talking points. And we have bold people that are sitting in these positions on news, like I can't remember his name right now. Oh my gosh, his name is escaping me. But on Fox and Friends right now, he literally brought up a clip of Democrats saying they are going to fund illegal aliens.
You know who used to be on Fox and Friends, Allie? Secretary of War Pete Hegseth.
And I love this. I feel like just like fear is contagious, so is courage, and so is
courage.
Leadership,
yes.
Proper leadership is contagious.
I have to mention that, obviously, Russ Voigt, who is the head of this office that's in charge of dictating these cuts at the direction of President Trump. Russ Voigt has been a part of Citizens for Renewing America.
Yeah.
The head of it, I should say. He's one of the leaders. He stepped down from that, obviously, when Trump tapped him for this position. But they did put out sort of a Project 2025. It was them as an organization, the ideas that they had in order to shape up our government and kind of get the spending in line and totally based on America First. It was not Trump's agenda. It was their agenda, which the left tried to label as Trump's agenda. So some people on the left are saying, these spending cuts are actually allowing them to do what was written in Project 2025, get rid of some of this bloat. But it's funny because Republicans didn't, forgive me, pull that trigger. The Democrats did.
They
So,
did.
I mean, play stupid games, get stupid prizes? Is that what we're saying?
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And I really feel like it was a play. You have to have, when you're in this position as CEO and you're surrounded by people that have been a part of the political realm, that understand the political chess games, the moves and all that, you have to have a plan A, B, C, and D, right? You have to have a backup plan to the backup plan to the backup plan. And you have to have people that are able to see things 30,000 foot view, 50,000 foot view, and anticipate the different moves that could be made. And that is how you end up having a situation like this, where you're like, okay, certain things need to be pulled or acted on or not acted on in order for this outcome to happen. It's a game of intent versus outcomes. And if once you understand that, and you can kind of figure out predictions, right? You're not a psychic. You're just, you can understand patterns of behavior.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Allie, we do have a video of Trump talking about exactly this. That at the time of the interview, I believe he says, if the government shuts down, will there be cuts and will they be permanent? Take a quick listen.
There was an OMB memo going around suggesting that there might be firings during the shutdown. Do you think that will happen if the shutdown goes for a little bit of time, sir?
Well, there could be firings, and that's their fault. And it could also be other things. I mean, we could cut projects that they wanted, favorite projects, and they'd be permanently cut. So you could say, a lot of people are saying Trump wanted this, that I wanted this closing, and I didn't want it. But a lot of people are saying it because I'm allowed to cut things that should have never been approved in the first place. And I will probably do that.
And I will probably do that.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And he looked like a baby. That he was interviewing.
We got to figure out what's in his coffee. First of all, I don't know if he drinks coffee. He drinks diet. What Diet Coke? Is that what he drinks all the time? Yeah.
He's got a button for it. That's
right. I remember that video of him hitting the red button and then being like, and it was like it brought in Diet Coke.
Yeah, it was JD Vance. It was funny.
Listen, can we get a button and can it bring mac and cheese on demand? If we're living in this new era, I don't know who will make it. Kevin's looking at me like, not me, lady. I do a lot of things here in this office, but
I'm not making you mac and cheese.
Yes, sir. I understand completely.
You're
Allie,
closest to the microwave, sir.
Allie says you're closest to the microwave. We love you, Kevin. Guys, I want to pivot just a little bit. Let's get a little closer to home here in Florida because I thought this was amazing. I want to report it because wherever you're watching us from, there's nothing to stop your state and your state leaders from responding this way. There's a little bit of a dialogue going back and forth through emails here. We're going to show you two screenshots. The first one is coming from the World Economic Forum, directed towards, we'll tell you, Brian Griffin here in Florida, talking about how we want to welcome you to the Travel and Tourism Initiative at the World Economic Forum. You know, you get these invites to go to these schwanky 3-day weekend getaways where they preach to you about all the things they want to do. They give you free gifts. They kind of wine you and dine you at the expense of selling out your soul to the World Economic Forum. But check out Brian Griffin's response. I'm going to decline the participation. You do not align with the values here in the free state of Florida. He goes on to talk about the demands for shutting down the government, top-down government. He said, we choose values of Destin and Dunedin over Davos. Wow. Sincerely, Brian Griffin.
Individual liberty and national sovereignty matter.
Brian Griffin is the president and CEO of Visit Florida. So we rely heavily on tourism here in the state of Florida. He's somebody at the helm. So to know that we're not going to be sellouts, even when it comes to tourism, we're not going to embrace the Klaus Schwab's agenda
Thank
at all.
goodness. What is stopping your state from doing it? All it takes is one. I mean, and literally Florida's leading in everything. We lead in education, even higher education for the last 10 years, you're honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
We lead in all things.
We're leading now in constitutional carry. We're leading in all the things.
All of it, all the things. What is stopping your government from doing it? Your participation. That's the answer.
There's a part that you can play. Absolutely. Allie, we're going to hear a quick word from Liberty Cigars. We want to remind you guys to make sure you go to Liberty Cigars, use promo code OpenMic to save 10%. Which one is that?
Trump.
It's Trump. You're not smoking that one, are you?
Nope.
Nope. She says nope. That's what I would do too.
Sorry, I got my ring light
pristine.
on.
We'll be right back with more Open Mic after this message. Stay tuned.
From the heart of Marietta, Georgia, comes a tribute to the spirit of liberty. Liberty Cigars, where history meets craftsmanship. Each cigar tells a story. The Founders Collection honors the visionaries who shaped a nation. The President's House Collection celebrates the leaders who steered it. And the Naval Series salutes the heroes who defended it. Handcrafted with precision, each blend mirrors the essence of its namesake. From the boldness of George Washington to the elegance of Thomas Jefferson. Indulge in a moment of reflection. Light a Liberty cigar and savor the legacy. Discover your story at libertycigars.com because every great nation deserves a great cigar. Liberty Cigars, smoke the history. And don't forget to use promo code OpenMic for 10% off your order.
Gold IRA companies are a dime a dozen, especially in conservative media. We vetted out 34 companies and chose Augusta Precious Metals.
With the lowest across-the-board spreads in the gold IRA industry, Augusta saves Americans thousands of dollars.
They are the only major gold IRA company that has zero complaints from their customers. Zero. None.
Augusta Precious Metals does not have commissioned sales reps, which means their goals are aligned with yours.
They were the only gold IRA company that demonstrated integrity and transparency without using gimmicks.
The informative one-on-one web conferences by Augusta Precious Metals answer all of their customers' questions before they make a move.
If you're ready to learn about protecting your wealth and retirement with gold and silver, request your free gold guide from Augusta Precious Metals today.
Visit patriot.tv/gold. That's patriot.tv/gold today.
Welcome back to Open Mic with Allie and Michelle. We'll make sure that we try to give you warning labels when we're about to go on. When Allie, you said before we started that you thought maybe you might like to try stand up because you are so incredibly funny. But I have to. It's like we should have a warning label that comes up across the bottom of the screen so that people like me can put the cup down, the coffee down, because I'd like to know how many times something is said and it's just projectile laughter. You should sit in some of our meetings, just saying.
Yeah, I'm seriously. It is. It's a great time. You can literally ask anybody that has been in our studio. We had a guest in our studio yesterday.
Another one today. Yeah.
Was like laughing. It was
dying
hilarious.
laughing right
and
now.
He's just like, this was great. I absolutely loved watching your chemistry is amazing. I love what you're doing. It's awesome. You make me feel like we're a part of like this like friendship. It's great. I love it. Yeah. I love that. I love that. Well,
because we are one big family. That's why it's our job to sort of give this information to you, digestible, and then you're the tip of the spear that takes it into your circle of influence. Yep. Can we keep poking the bear known as Maxine Waters? Because yesterday you saw her kind of coming unhinged when a reporter just did her job and said, is it true that you're wanting to put a ton of funding for illegals for healthcare in this? And she just couldn't handle the question. Well, now I want everybody to meet, if you haven't already, for the short time I lived in California, I did meet him. He's amazing. His name's Joe Collins. He is running against Maxine Waters again. But take a listen to what he has to say about Maxine Waters and where she truly lives. Listen.
I'm Joe Collins. I'm running for Congress against Maxine Waters. Do you know where I am right now? Maxine Waters' $6 million mansion. Do you know where I'm not right now? Maxine Waters district. Yep, that's right. Maxine does not live in her district, but I do. I was born right here in South LA, in a place Maxine refuses to live. Maxine Waters does not drink our water. She does not breathe our air. And while she sits here in her mansion, our district is in ruins. Let me show you.
You bring it back, Krista.
Hey, hey, hey.
That is something.
I think I see a trip to LA coming up. Hey. I support that.
We got contacts out there.
I support that. No, seriously, like this is great. I love this.
Yes.
Like you have no idea how much this
We'll need
makes
security, but
well, of course.
I'm thinking of all the things like
this makes me so excited because while we see a rise up in Dearborn, Michigan of radical Islamists that are trying to take over our country, and we're seeing radical socialists trying to run for office in specific areas in different places, not just New York City. We are seeing actual true conservative constitutionalists, tip of the spear people who never thought that this is where they would be running for office. They're stepping into the fray. They're waking up to the fact that they have to do something. I love that.
And Joe Collins, again, he ran against Maxine before this as well. I do know him. I'll reach out to him and say, hey, because he always says that he does not have, they don't give him any coverage out there. I mean, you think it's like the Socialist Republic of China over there of California. But I like how he says, not only does she not live in her district, she's never lived in her district. She has a net worth of $5.6 million on a $174,000 budget that a paycheck that she makes. So where's the money coming from? Let's tug at that string. Keep it locked here. We're going to start pulling at that string and others that make a ton of money once they're in public service. You know who doesn't do that? Your school board candidates, your county commission. I mean, at the local level, I feel like we've got it. Well, Lord, I can't say that because county commissioners can get weird too. But for the most part, we've got a lock on the local level. It's this far off DC hood that we go, Washington, DC, how are they coming out multi-billionaires? It's just, it's insane. It's insane. Yep. So keep it here. We'll be pulling at that string of Maxine Waters. We're going to create a Maxine Waters fan club here is what we're going to do.
Well, so there's a little bit of breaking news too. For the first time since New Jersey, first time in New Jersey, mail-in voting began for 2025 governor race. Republicans requested more single election ballots than Democrats. Mail-in ballots for Republicans is up 7 points than last year, 2024. So mail-in ballot return rates, Republicans are at 15.3%. Mail-in voting is 24%. Dems lead that 62%. But still, this is amazing. Continue.
It is amazing.
Go vote for Citarelli.
Yeah, so Citarelli is in New Jersey. We have a chance to have a Republican governor there. The end of the election day is November 4th. So if you haven't voted, get out and vote because early voting started in September. And then I think Virginia, we also have the election for lieutenant governor, former lieutenant governor, wanting to be governor, Winsome Sears, who's a patriot. So get out there and vote. I'm glad you said that. Allie, can we talk a little bit about some of the visa abuses that are going on in our country? We talked about this in terms of obviously trying to deport those who are overstaying their visas, because obviously it's just like a driver's license or anything else. You have to obey the expiration dates on there. Otherwise, you are now, congratulations, here illegally as well. But the FBI and the USCIS, which is the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, they are working cohesively together. And they discovered how specifically Muslims, not all Muslims, we're not hatist extremists, but this is a proportion of the population that they've looked at. Muslims have been taken over have taken over Minnesota largely, including some that are here that are known as terrorists. But the framework of which they got here, they're saying there could be some shams as far as what they're finding sham marriages. We're talking like Ilhan Omar, who they say has married her brother in order to be here.
There's proof. It's not they say, it's her marriage certificate.
Forged documents, and visa abuses. This isn't just open mic ladies that are blowing the horn on this. Take a listen to a portion of this press conference.
Since September 19th, officers from our Fraud Detection and National Security Directorate, working in teams, have conducted over 1,000 site visits across the Minneapolis-St. Paul area as part of this operation. What they found should shock all of America. Focusing on a list of over 1,000 target cases involving more than 900 individuals, our officers encountered blatant marriage fraud, visa overstays, people claiming to work at businesses that can't be found, forged documents, abuse of the H-1B visa system, abuse of the F-1 visas, and many other discrepancies.
We'll bring it back.
Over the course of the operation,
it's a 15-minute press conference. Part of what they're saying is that while they were uncovering fraud, they found 50% of the cases they interviewed had suspected fraud.
That is huge.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even wrap my mind around that. Like, ladies and gentlemen, we do not comprehend the damage that has been done by having an open border with no vetting.
And again,
only 2 countries right now that are not suffering from this radical Islamic takeover and this terrorist regime, these pitfalls that we've seen across the world, is Portugal and Hungary.
And where?
Why? Hungary. Why?
Okay, I didn't know.
Because they started vetting those that were coming across the border. And they did not have an open border policy where anybody could come in with for whatever they wanted to, with no vetting.
And we showed on our show last week the receipts within the UN resolution that said open borders and mass migration was a part of the UN's purpose to flood. They thought they used it as this is how we're going to keep the population up. We'll make sure that people are evenly dispersed around. That's not your job.
Stop funding abortion
UN.
clinics. That's how you keep population up.
That's my job if I want to move, not the UN's job to tell me when to move, right? Allie, they said sham marriages is one of the things that they're finding. One case involved an illegal alien who fabricated a death certificate from Kenya for $100 to falsely claim the termination of a marriage, despite the spouse actually being alive and residing in Minneapolis.
They're like falsified birth certificates from Kenya.
Oh, can we pull up that string?
Did I say that?
But people don't do that. They don't falsify documents. They were really born in Hawaii. You heard it first here.
No,
it's
but
okay to ask the question. It's okay to ask the question.
Well,
it's
in all
okay to ask
seriousness, we need to make sure that our attorney generals are looking into these things in every state. This is not just a 1 or 2 one-off kind of thing. This is literally happening everywhere. Texas needs to really attack this because they have one of the largest Muslim populations in.
And listen, Allie,
crazy.
I want to be very clear. You come to this country, you have the freedom of religion. You can practice your religion. It's not freedom from religion. It's freedom of religion. You're free to practice that religion. But
no,
but go ahead. We're both we both have the dagger and we're ready to just
go. You first. Oh, wait.
But there's documented proof of people within high-ranking people within the Muslim community, and I'm talking mostly the extremist Islamic community, that have no intention of wanting to really abide by our U.S. Constitution, but instead replace it with Sharia law, which cannot coexist. Don't give me your coexist bumper sticker. I'm going to use it to clean the toilet. That is not what's happening here. You can't coexist with somebody and a belief that wants to abolish our U.S. Constitution. They can go back to their country and live that way if they want to, but not here. Take a listen. About all I can handle of this, 22 seconds. Take a listen, and then we'll get your point, Allie.
What we as Muslims want to implement here in the United States, we believe the Constitution should be replaced by the Quran.
First move that I will do, I will abolish the Constitution, and I will establish the only logical and rational constitution, which is the Quran and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
First of all, the Quran is a holy book. So that completely strips away your freedom to practice your religion. Because
hey,
then
all you people that want to cry separation of church and state, you're going to cry it here? You're going to cry it here?
It becomes government sanctioned religion, which is exactly what my point was before Michelle spoke about
Sorry.
before we got into this. No. And it's not a jab at you.
Yeah.
It's just that was my point, is that when you have governments that are allowing the Muslim call to prayer every morning and every night or throughout the day going on to your loudspeakers in your public spaces, that is a government sanctioned situation where you are allowing a religion to practice out loud in front of everyone that you using your taxpayer dollar equipment. That's not okay. That is not following the First Amendment. That is government sanctioned. That's not all right. If you want to do that, put that shit on in your house and blare it. I have no problems with that. Just make sure that you follow within your sound code of your county. Because I'm not sitting out here blasting Amazing Grace every day, every morning at 5 o'clock.
Well,
if I can't wait, hold up. Because if I cannot blare our military, oh my gosh, I can't even think of it right now. I'm so mad.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The cadence. Yes.
Y'all know what I'm saying.
We know what you're saying. Don't make me bring out my pretend Trump and
I'm so mad right now. I can't even think of the dang name of it. But if I'm not playing taps, thank you, Jesus.
Thank you.
If I'm not allowed to play taps at 5:30 in the morning, you best believe that Muslim call to prayer better not be playing.
We're having a FAFO morning right here on Open Mic. As with most mornings, I wonder sometimes, Allie, if it's why we're single. Because we have FAFO moments all the time. But you know what? There's a line that has to be drawn on what, in the sake of this, this republic constitution, republic that we live in with our constitution. How far are we willing to be pushed? Because again, I want to make it very clear. Allie and I are not violent people. Actually, the weapon of choice for us is that microphone you see right in front of Allie. That's our weapon. Our voice. Our voice is our weapon. We didn't burn cities when they slaughtered Charlie Kirk.
But we
got louder.
Florida, so.
And we live in Florida. That's
Tread
right.
lightly.
So we are not calling for that kind of, when that righteous anger gets stirred, obviously we're not calling for an action on that to mimic the left, because we're not the same. It's not a both sides issue, but it better motivate you to lace up some boots, metaphorically, and get out and campaign for those people who are choosing to run for office and need help. Because listen, we're not gifted with like multi-million-dollar bank accounts where we can bankroll our own campaigns. You better get involved and go to a school board meeting and see what they're talking about. What does that budget look like? You better go to your county commission meetings, especially if you're retired. Listen, if you're retired, you don't get a retirement card from being an American. You're American all the way up to the day you draw your last breath. So there is no retirement. Get out there and get involved in whatever way you can, even if it's calling, when we put call to actions together, Allie, that you do so wonderfully and eloquently, to get involved and call our legislators. Better do that. I wanted to pivot just briefly, unless you had another comment about. No, okay. You sent me a lot yesterday. First of all, I love it when you send me stuff from Laura Loomer, because she's
amazing.
She's
we need
the
to get
epitome.
her on our show.
Lord, yes, let's do that. The last time, it's been a while since I've talked to her, but she has a wonderful investigative journalistic spirit. She's been tapped on the shoulder many times from administrations, especially Trump, to go ahead and run with something. Let's see what you come back with. This is what we do at our finest as Americans. She has found, there was rumors circulating that there was an actual app that you could download that would help you evade a capture by ICE agents. And what it also did is think about it. If you have an app that helps you do that, it's also telling you where ICE agents are. Think about the harm you're putting on them. She says, Laura Loomer has an exclusive. She says, lead scientist for a human-guided machine learning at the U.S. Army Research Laboratory, so he works within the government, is the founder of an ICE tracking app that helps illegals evade ICE. Take a look at that. That's him. That's his name. I'm not going to give him 2 minutes of fame to even say his name. He's obviously incorporated here in the state of Florida. She is waving the red flag here for Ron DeSantis. Hey, let's get something going here. This guy should not be able to operate this. here within the state of Florida. And all this was Trump going, really? Is that happening, Laura? Can you get some proof for me? It hasn't even been 48 hours. And she was like, yes, sir.
Well, I'm pretty sure that our attorney general will definitely be on it. This is putting law enforcement at risk. This is putting our ICE agents at risk. They're doing a job that is extremely necessary. When you think about national security, this is part of securing our nation. I don't understand why people are so up in arms about this. Like, it is common sense. It really is common sense. You cannot harm those that are trying to remove people that have been here illegally, unlawfully. You have to get them out of our country. We can't sustain it.
Absolutely. Just as this is very asinine, so is our next story. We talked yesterday about please don't put your kids in front of a screen with Netflix on and think just because there's a cartoon that it's something that's child friendly. Just because it says it's
clearly not
ages 7 and under. Do not trust Netflix. Actually, a lot of people are canceling Netflix. Their stocks are dropping. Take a look at this. Apparently, Netflix appears. We've got some internal documents here. Appears to openly boast about discriminating against white people. So in their inclusion and diversity report, they celebrate that the percentage of racially underrepresented directors and lead characters has been growing significantly. Now, I know this firsthand. I'm friends with a couple of, well, let's be honest, I think one of them blocked me, but I was friends with a couple of great Disney directors. Listen, we didn't agree politically, but they were great at what they did. They really were. One is a female, and this is something that they really applaud, the fact that they're giving people that maybe weren't historically given the opportunity, which I can be on board for. But when you make it a part of a policy that those that were typically underrepresented now get first dibs at jobs, and that's celebrated, what does that do to I guess white America, whatever that is? I mean, this is why, and why are we hiring based off of skin color? The woman that I'm talking about that's done 5 or 6 great sitcoms back before Disney went extremely woke. She's amazing. She didn't have to be hired because she was a woman. She was hired because she knocks down glass ceilings, and she continues to do it to this day. Who wants to be given anything, Allie, based on race or sex? I mean, nobody wants to be given that, right?
No, of course not.
Unless you're Netflix.
Well, unless you're entitled and you hold your skin color as your idol.
Or your sexuality as your idol. And we said this yesterday. Don't introduce yourself to me and tell me your name is so-and-so and you are so-and-so because you're telling me who you sleep with. I can feel it right here, like the vomit wants to come up. We don't introduce ourselves.
That's like introducing yourself and saying
what
you don't have underwear on. Like, why is that important?
We don't introduce ourselves. Hi, my name's so-and-so, and this is who I voted for. Like, there's things that I don't have to know about you. Like, it's okay.
I just don't understand how that's conducive to what the job description is.
How is that not sexual harassment?
That part.
I mean, it's not. I don't want to get too far with this, but I'm saying if the second thing you tell me when you meet me is who you sleep with, listen, I'm good.
I don't participate in group activities. I'm sorry.
I'm not a team player. Don't even know.
Like, I don't know how do you respond
jealous,
to that?
Very possessive. That stuff would never fly. No. You're lucky we don't have stamps like they do in Yellowstone. Oh my God, let's just stop.
That is
We're gonna
not
stop.
a stamp. That is definitely a brand.
We are a brand. That's all I'm saying. You want to be a part of the brand, get branded.
Not a painful brand.
No, but maybe like a shiny thing on your left hand, whatever.
I don't know. That's eerily close, girl. You better watch what you say.
Get out there someday. Let's pivot. Let's pivot to the NFL. I like the word pivot. The NFL, I know not everybody that tunes in is a Dallas Cowboys fan. However, I bet you all are Dallas Cowboy cheerleader fans, just saying. And they have come out, Jerry Jones has come out and said, listen, what's this? Who's this Bad Bunny? His grandkids had to be the one to be like, oh yeah, the music's like this and he dresses like this. And he gave up his US tour because he didn't want ICE agents at his concerts, So he said, listen, he petitioned the NFL. So far, the only team that has petitioned the NFL for the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show to say, listen, our players are going to strike. They're not going to play. Well, first of all, I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are going to be in the Super Bowl, but that shouldn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
But if they don't replace Bad Bunny at the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show, we're hearing a lot of people that do not want to see this.
This is what happens if and I wish I had gotten Scott's perspective on this because he's into the sports realm, or at least one of the Hall of Famers that I'm connected with.
Right.
This is what happens when you take out a team from participating. It makes everything lopsided because every team has to go against each other, right? In the separate conferences, and then the heads of the two conferences, the winners of the two conferences, battle it out. And if you have one team that's removed, everything kind of falls apart. The brackets fall apart. You don't know who's playing against who. So I really think that the Cowboys owner taking a stand on this is really going to force the hand of the NFL to do something different. I really do. I really do, because a lot of the players are going to be at risk for either payment or whatever that looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really well into.
Well, and no, that you bring up a very good point. It's not just whether or not the Cowboys
it's like
make it to
Jenga.
the
You're
Super
playing
Bowl.
Jenga.
Yes, that's
pull one out, and it's all going to crumble. So they need to figure it out. And I'm glad. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm grateful. And again, I don't know what board of directors sits there. Well, I think I do, but I'm going to pretend that I don't for the sake of not making you spit up your coffee. Who provides the list for these the entertainers? And
it's
they
Jay-Z
don't come.
and Diddy.
It's Baby Oil Diddy
and
Jay-Z and
there has been viewed with the spirit witch woman who like spirit cooking and all that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's demonic to its core. It's not entertainment. You've got
it's
people
not
like
conspiracy theory either, y'all.
No, it's not. You've got people like I said yesterday on our show, and I guess also Jack Posobiec from Real America's Voice has said too. Maybe we get an alternative, a halftime show, so we can just with the remote just click, and then you'll have no advertisers. Yeah, you'll have no advertisers that will want to sponsor this garbage, and that's how you're actually going to get it done. Is pull the financing out. Allie, I know we're short on time, but my gosh, we got to get to this next story because you and I watched this and died laughing. Here is your trigger warning, or here is your put down your coffee warning. This is humor. We are the right, and we understand humor. Put your feelings down, but enjoy this. This is going to get funny. Take a look at Sean Farage.
Hola, mi fellow Americanos y bienvenidos al cierre de Schumer. That means welcome to the Schumer shutdown. We call it the Schumer Siesta, right? It's the Schumer Siesta. He put the government on siesta, crying Chuck. And El Hakimo Jefe Jeffries, we used to call him Dollar Store Obama, till we realized he's worth far less than $1. But they put the government on siesta to give illegal aliens your health care. We're not going to let it happen. I looked at both of them. I said, we're not going to let it happen. It's no bueno. I said, it's no bueno. They begged me. They said, but senor, por favor, please give illegal aliens the health care. I said, we're not going to do it. We're never going to do it. It's not going to happen. And they're also very upset about our big, beautiful sombreros. You look at them. These are the greatest sombreros the world has ever seen. We really have the best sombreros, and everybody wants one except Crying Chuck and El Hakimo Jefe Jeffries. They don't want one, but they're going to wear one when all is said and done. We're going to end the siesta. We're going to reopen the government, and we will not give in to the demands of Chuck and El Jefe. We're not going to do that. Thank you. God bless you. Dio lo bendiga, and God bless America. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Dios te bendiga, Sean Farage. Dios te bendiga. Y tú. I love this. This is amazing. He is hilarious. Guys, if you subscribe, if we hit 1 million subscribers, we will have Sean Farage at our party, at our celebration party. I promise.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, it's amazing. And you know what? Maybe we'll wear a few sombreros. We hung a sombrero in my house. My mom was Mexicana. She hung a sombrero, and it was fun. It was fun. Listen, we're not. Funny thing is, Allie, we're both we're mixed, but Latinas. And so he does a great Trump impersonation.
Oh my gosh,
pretty amazing.
It's the best. He's the best.
We are out of time, Allie. Cry. But till next time. And guess what, guys? Tomorrow's Friday. Make sure that you enjoy the rest of your day today. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and follow. We'll keep you updated throughout the day on breaking news on social media. Until next time, guys, always keep that mic open, but we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay. We're good, sir.
And I don't care how they look at me in the deepest heart of a blue city. Red hat stays on, red hat stays on. And I know when you smile, you like what you see. If you love America, you'll agree. Red hat stays on, red hat stays on.
Oh, did she leave?